Friday flow begin. Okay, so I'm gonna come and start seated just here for a hot second with my knees bent. So I'm gonna begin facing the computer screen, and I want everybody to just take a second to check in with neck tension. So seeing if maybe you can let one ear and shoulder come up towards the other. Just let your neck sort of release here from side to side, taking that a few times, letting your thighs continue to relax. Good. And if it feels nice now, just take a moment from deep low towards the belly and see if you can rock and move some weight forward, and then maybe rock and let your weight move back and start to feel that deep abdominal wall wakening up and wakening while your hips are loosening. So the idea is your hips, la cadera está relajando, and then your abdominal wall is getting a little bit longer. And then so from here, let's see if we can take a stretch just side to side, lado y lado. And then from here, see if you can make these just a few small circles. Just belly dancing at home alone on a mat on a Friday night. Who would it be? What else have we got to do? All right, seated belly dancing. This is, restorative belly dance. All right, so now let's see. Can you take one arm stretch towards the side? I'm gonna let both fingertips move up, and then exhale, stretch, reach in the opposite direction. So creating a little reach there through the ribs, allowing again your neck to relax because your abdominal wall is kicking in, doing its job. Excellent. So now let's go ahead, move, stretch your rib cage forward, sweep the arms back behind you. Again, just waking up the blood, moving it through you, and then moving it the other way. And then from here, I'm going to stretch, reach all the way over to one side, and then take opposite elbow to knee. So you can just flow here a few times, and you'll feel big stretch in between your hips and the back of your rib cage. Good, 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 good. And then from here, we're going to take that same thing, opposite side. So you're just going to take opposite elbow, reach and lift up. Good, reach and lifting up. One more time, reaching over, lifting up. So you feel a big opening across your chest. Good, sweep and take two arms back up. And then from here, go ahead, begin a little squeeze of the knees. Apretiendo las rodillas. Good, and then hold the knees right there in line with your ribs. Open your chest, let your sternum move forward once again. Another sweep, this time while you're circling your arms, feel it with the palms up. Good, and then vamos a hacerlo otra dirección. You're gonna take that the other way. Inhale, take a big sweep up, and then this time opposite elbow to knee, and you're gonna flow here. Just a few times. Again, moving the breath, moviendo la sangre, moving your blood. Good, 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 good. Feeling your hips, your bones nice and stable as we take it side to side. Excellent. And then let's come all the way up and then sweep all the way back. Fingertips float down and up. You can take this just a few times. Excellent. Good. And then from here, we're going to inhale, sweep, sit it up, and then exhale, float it down. This time, pulse from the belly. So the arms stay floating. Los brazos flotando. Good. And then your belly is just taking the pulse. Let's inhale, come all the way up once again. A little floating of the arm bones and the knees. Good. Slowly feeling blood flow. Good. And then from here, let's go ahead, pause on the way back, and then you're going to sweep the ribs just side to side. Good. Letting the arms float overhead. Los brazos flotando sobre la cabeza. Good. And then let's pause. So I'm going to go over to my right side, place my hands here for a moment, and then fold the knees. So then my top leg, I'm going to take down and up. And I've got two hands resting on the floor, just waking up external rotation, creating a little twist. Good. And now let's pause with that leg up and then just Let's go like 10 times here, kicking the leg out. Here we go, 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice, good. Now circling that leg in the hip socket, 5, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now the other way, 5, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Closing that leg, taking a big sweep, stretching over and onto the opposite side. Dos brazos abajo, and now just abriendo y cerrando. So you're opening and closing your top leg down and up. Here we go. Let's take 3 more and 2 and 1. Very nice. Now you're going to lift the leg, kick it out, pull it back, reaching out, pulling back. Here we go. 8 and 7 and 6. Belly is engaged and strong. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now you're going to hold that leg out, let it circle. 5, 4 and 3, 2, 1. Circle the other way. 5, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. Go ahead. This time pivot back up over your sitting bones. I'm on my blanket here, and now this is the left side of my body facing the computer screen. So you're going to exhale, reach the sternum all the way forward, and then exhale, sweeping down. This time hold. Left arm and right arm are going to alternate. So los brazos cambiando posiciones. Here we go. Take 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. Sweeping all the way up. And now exhale, coming all the way down. Let your fingertips rest here. Right leg is going to come down and up for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. All the way back up. Exhale, coming down, letting the fingertips just lightly rest. The left thigh comes down and up for 5, 4 and 3. Keeping your ribs, your hips, your shoulders estable. Very nice. Inhale, move your lumbar spine forward, and then exhale, float it down. 2 legs down and up. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now you're going to stretch and extend from the shin bones. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now from here, let's let the legs rest. We're going to come all the way down to the mat on a 10, 9 and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Down here, let your arms sweep to one side and your legs go to the other. The knees can stay bent as you reach. It's fine if the hips come up. This is just kind of like a, I'm going to call it like a supine floss, right? You're letting your hips go one way. Okay, this is the most ridiculous thing that's ever happened. All right, so now from here, pull your belly in and lightly tap your feet all the way into the floor. I gotta say that lying down floss feels very good to me. All right, pulling the belly in as the feet tap. Good, and now I want you to pull the arms wide and continue to feel your tapping feet, knitting the front of the belly in, and then your arms out into a wide shape, tap, 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 tap. And then from here, you're gonna exhale, lift the head and chest, pulse the belly right in your center, 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Exhale, rotate towards your left leg. Go ahead and lift it off the floor. Then change the position of the legs. And here we go. It's a 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. Rest your head on the floor. Just a moment. Take your 2 arms up. And now your opposite arm and leg are going to circle in your hip socket. 3 y dos, y uno. Cambiamos la dirección. Try 5 times here. If the arm and leg moving together, it's too much too soon, just do one arm, just do one leg, no pasa nada. So now from here, the left arm, right leg, circulando aquí, taking 3, and 2, and 1, and then circling the other way, 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Very nice. Leave your 2 arms where they are, and then the toes down and up into the floor. Take 5, belly stay strong, 4, and 3. So continue, really knit the navel, use your abdomen muscles. And from here, let's pause. Elbows pull in, hips rising up. Take 5 of these with me. Your arms can move into a nice Y shape, al lado de las orejas, and then from here, you'll lift the hips and pelvis. Arms floating down and belly lifting. You're helping you lift. Bones of the back, abdomen staying in and strong. Here we go. Take 3 and down. Take 2 and down. Take 1. Good. This time, go ahead, pause for a moment. I want you to stretch your 2 shin bones out. So we'll take 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. Fingertips to your ankles. Sweep arms and legs, everything out, and draw them back in. So really watch your belly as the limbs extend. And by watch your belly, I mean feel your belly. Vamos a conectar por el ombligo. You're going to connect this movement out in the limbs por el ombligo, through your navel. Good. Let's do that one more time. I might have said 5, and I think we did 500. That's the way it's going to go tonight. Everybody, let's put our feet there into the floor again. Knit the belly deep. Exhale. Arms pull in. Left arm, right leg are going to lift together and lower together. So we'll go another 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. And now from here, reach out and in together. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Now you're going to stretch up and down together. It's 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now you'll hold those lifts, and then from the sitting bones, take 5, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. Reach those limbs back into the floor. Open the chest. Take the tailbone up, 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 up. And then from here, same thing. Your right arm, left leg, el brazo derecho, pierna izquierda, están elevando. Good. Empujando junto. Good. So now we're going to take those limbs out and in. Afuera, adentro. Afuera, adentro. Afuera, adentro. Afuera, adentro. Fuera, adentro. Now you'll hold those limbs out and we'll go up, arriba, down, abajo. Good. Arriba y abajo. Arriba y abajo. Arriba y abajo. Last time here, hold those lifts from your sitting bones down and up. 5, 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Very nice. Exhale, release the bones of your pelvis back down to the floor. All limbs in the air. And now this time, your right arm, left leg are going to circle together. The brazo derecho, izquierdo. This time you're doing it with the limbs long. Y ahora cambiamos la dirección. So now you're going to change the direction here. 3 and 2 and 1. Now your brazo izquierdo y la pierna derecha. So your left arm, right leg, estamos haciendo círculos afuera. So you're making them out, away from the body. Y ahora cambiamos la dirección. Good. Okay, and then from there, float your arms down. And then you're going to just do the legs moving together in opposition, right? So this is my right leg moving out and down, and then my left leg going out first. Good. Can you change the direction and circle the other way? Belly staying connected and strong. 2 and 1. Very nice. A little pause here. Rock your hips side to side. La cadera está meciendo lado y lado. So you're rocking the hips. Excellent. Good. And then circulamos, circulamos. You're just creating a little circle with your knees bent. Good. And again, massaging the hips, continuing to fire the belly. Let's inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, round through the ribs, lift your head and chest. Take your gaze to the belly so you're not facing the ceiling. And then from there, take a little pulse of the arms. You'll inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn the palms down. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inspira, 2, 3, 4, 5. Expira, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Pause. Legs to 90 degrees. And then you're going to lift the head and chest a hair higher, belly deep, pubic bone down. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inspira, 2, 3, 4, 5. Expira, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Hands to the inner thighs. Use that to help you lift just a hair higher. Continue to drop the tailbone. Pull los abdominales adentro. And then 3 more. You'll inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time, shoulder blades up, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's sweep the arms behind the head. Pull your right toe out into the left knee. Exhale, lift the head and chest. So now left leg, you're gonna tap the toe into the opposite knee, exhaling up. Reaching down and up, reaching down and up, reaching down and up, reaching down and up. Good. So now you're going to reach the legs down also as you go. So belly is deep, the legs will lower as your head lowers, and then the limbs lift together as your head comes up. Let's do this one more time, each direction. And then from here, pull the heels in, pull the shoulder blades up. Now beat the heels. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Shoulder blades. Oh, it's hard right there. 2, 1. Exhale, release. The head comes down. The arms float to the floor. And then we're going to circle the legs all the way around. Cambiamos la dirección. So now you'll circle the legs the other way. And then the legs circle all the way around. And then cambiamos la dirección. You're going to stretch, move them the other way. So again, feeling ribs to hips. Connected, participando, haciendo estable el movimiento. Good. So now from here, let's go ahead. Bend the knees one more time. This time, cross your right leg over your left, and exhale, lift the pelvis. Right here, take 10 tiny little pulses. 5, 4, 3, kind of clearing that movement out of the hips. And now your heels, down and up. They go 5, 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Heels down, balls of the feet, tap 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go balls to heels, 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Now hold the feet back to the floor, lift the 2 hips, squeeze the knees for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now exhale, lower the bones of your pelvis, hug the 2 legs up, hands to your ankles, and again, meciendo el cuerpo. You're just rocking side to side here. And now cambiamos. You're going to change the cross of the 2 legs. Place 2 feet here on the floor. And from there, you're going to exhale, lift the pelvis. And from there, squeeze, lift the sitting bones for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now heels down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the balls of the feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold the lift, balls of the feet down. Now squeeze the knees for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower your pelvis back down to the mat. Hug your 2 knees over the chest, creating a little bit of a rock once again. And then from here, let's desdoblar. You're gonna unfold the legs and let's find ourselves rocking into a seated position. Woo! And then we're gonna rock all the way back on top of your escapula. You can say it with me. Every time you go back, visualize la escapula, your shoulder blades, and feel yourself relax onto those bones. Let's do dos más, como no. Last time. Excellent. So now we're gonna roll back down to the floor, bajando, and then your arms are gonna float to your sides, and then vamos a hacer círculos. You're gonna make a little circle through the legs, and now push your arms down, lift la pelvis arriba, and then you're gonna take the thighs up and belly deep and strong, and then you're gonna exhale, lower the bones of the pelvis back down, lower the legs, let the heels perhaps tap the floor if that feels okay. And then you're gonna create a little circle through the legs, belly pulls deep, thighs lifting up, toes coming down, reaching, squeezing your shoulder blades together. And then exhale, lowering those bones right back down, lowering the feet right back down to the floor. Exhale, coming up last time. From here, you can create a little circle, keeping that release in the hips, abdomen's in, and a lift. Now you can stay right here for just a couple of breaths and make this more of a halasana, plow pose. So we'll keep reaching our gaze kind of up and out towards your toes. And continue to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Omoplatos, la escápula unta. Good, so now slowly allow those bones to come down. Place your hands behind your knees. Take a big breath. Respirando y exhale arriba. Good, let's stretch and reach. An arm out. Right back in. Opposite arm floating, flotando afuera. Right back in. Hold your center strong and bajamos. You're gonna lower to the floor, rolling back on your escapula. See if you can balance here for a moment, como no. And then exhale, hands right back to the thighs, coming straight back up, 2 arms out. Now this time create a little twist, one direction, girando, and then girando opposite direction. Hands right back to the thighs. Exhale, rock it back. And coming right back up. Good. So now from here, so you can take 2 arms out, extend 2 legs, and we'll hold for 10, 9, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bend the knees. Hands here, move to the floor. Your chest opens up, pushing into the feet. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Good. Allow that to come down. Take both hands, right leg. And you're going to take opposite hand now to your tobillo, to your ankle, and pull that femur up. So I'm supporting it here with the back of my right hand also. It doesn't matter which side you do. Just make sure we'll do both. Good. Now this hand I'm going to take to the outside of the ankle, and I'm going to gently stretch towards it. And then I'm going to come right back to this leg, stretch a little bit away from it, opening afuera. Good, now 2 hands back to the leg. Now I'm going to walk my hands down the leg, down 3, 2, 1. Let 2 hands rest here at the shin. Deeply stretch my hamstring. Use a big breath. So something that might feel good here with your opposite foot, the foot's on the floor, create a tap. And I want you to feel that pressure where you put that foot in. Now use that leg as an anchor, and then you're gonna see if you can bring yourself up with this leg. Good. Two hands out for a moment. Cambiamos lados. And then I'm going to put, this is one hand behind the thigh, one hand at the ankle, sitting all the way up. So this hamstring's getting a stretch. My espalda is getting a stretch, the back. La espalda is back. Good. And now from here, I'm gonna just bring this leg slightly over, bring my hand to the outside of my ankle, that's tobillo. And then stretch my costillas en la misma dirección de la pierna. So I'm gonna stretch my ribs over towards the thigh. Excellent. And trying to sit back as little as possible, sit up. Good. Okay. Vamos a hacerlo a otra dirección. So now you're going to reach the thigh up, pull your back, your chest open, abierto. Good. And now you're going to bring yourself right back to the center, and we're going to push our hands into the leg, push my leg into my hands as I come down, rest my hands here on my leg so that my hamstring is getting mucha estiramiento. And then you're gonna tap the opposite foot there into the floor. Feel your tailbone reaching towards that heel on the floor. And then let's usamos la fuerza adentro para subir otra vez. Very nice. Fingertips underneath you. Change the position of the two legs. So you're gonna go 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. 2 feet down. Tap the toes into the floor. Belly stays strong, stays connected to that movement. Good. And now you're going to reach toes out, toes in, toes out, toes in, toes out, toes in, toes out, toes in. Now you're going to alternate. So one set of toes reaches out and in, out and in. Take it 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. Now I'm just going to roll myself back towards the computer screen. With your top arm, lasso your brain. Or draw a little halo for yourself up here with that top arm. Good. All right, so now pause with that arm overhead, and now just lift the thigh down and up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now exhale, bring the hand back behind the thigh. Just allow the leg to stretch. Woo! Can you shift your weight? You lift the opposite arm. Exhale, release. Let us switch to the sides. So now I'm just gonna send my legs in the opposite direction. Good. And then again, a little mental lassoing. Just to say, brain, stay with me. You got this. Right? I feel like my hand looks like like a little alien, like a little UFO over my head. All right, I don't know. All this talk is over my head. Lift this leg down and up. Take 10, 9, and 8, 7. The leg is not over my head. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So now move the hand behind the thigh. Big stretch here. Good. If it feels okay, shift the weight. Extend the opposite arm. Big stretch. You can externally rotate this leg. See if it can hold. 3, 2, exhale, release. Are we all still friends? That's terrible. I'm so sorry. All right, so now let's get on all fours. And then from here, I want you to sort of draw a big old circle with your tailbone. Good. And you're gonna let that stretch your back and stretch your hips. Go ahead, make that circle travel the other way. 3 and 2 and 1. Good. So now let your hips go ahead, move down. Let your Cabeza vieja al piso, but your head travels towards the floor. Big stretch opening your back. Good. Inhale, now let your hips move forward. Good. Take that 3 more times with me. So la cabeza abajo, your tailbone reaching towards the heels. Now another big breath, hips moving all the way forward, all the way right back. Let's make this happen one more time. Good. So right here, everybody pulse the pelvis until you really feel the abdominal wall connected to lifting the hips. Good. And then just tap a knee down and up. La rodilla en el suelo. 3 and 2 and 1. Otra rodilla. So take the other knee, tap it in the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go 2 knees down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, lift your hips. Good. And that's a big stretch for your hips. Good. So now from here, if you want to, go ahead, fold up your blanket for a moment. Set it to the side. And then we're going to walk our hands right back towards our legs. And continue to shake your head no. Whew. Nod your head yes. See. And then let's bend. Put your hands on your shins. Open your chest. Bring the arms up to your sides and then right back down. So you're just kind of squeezing the air here. Pumping the arms. Good. So now let's pause with your arms lifted. Pulse the thighs down and up. Take 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now move the arms to the side. Keep the pulse of the thighs. 5, 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Good. Shift your weight to one leg, picking up the other. So I've lifted my left leg. I'm going to hold this lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Feel your belly connected. Opposite leg. This is me lifting my right for 10, 9, 8. Foot's right above the floor. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move through your center, shifting the sides. Now, this is my left leg up again. I'm going to point and flex here. 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Shift the weight. Opposite foot comes up. 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Shift the weight back to the center. Arms all the way up. Exhale. Float to a flat back. Arms all the way up. Floating right back out. Flat back. Arms all the way up. Excellent. So now pause. Shifting your weight to the left. Stepping your right foot forward. And from here, I'm going to take my arms forward. And now my arms and knees will bend, pull down together, up and lift. So here we go. Arms and legs moving together, belly staying strong, belly staying connected. 2 and 1. Let's hold this lift. Now sweep the arms back over your back. Go ahead, let your back heel plant into the floor. Y estiramos. You're going to stretch over the leg. Check in with your neck. Good. And then big, long stretch. You come up. Inhale. Push into your right leg and step back. Let's take a moment. Shift the weight to the right. And now exhale, allow the left leg, you're going to step it forward, arms reaching out. Good, now we're going to bend and lift together. Through the knees, through the arms. Here we go. Taking 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. Go ahead, let the palms plant on your back, plant the back heel, stretching over this leg. Breathing life into the hamstrings, stretching out through your feet, out through the toes. Push into the feet. Exhale, bring yourself back up. This time, step your back foot in. We're in the center of our mat. More or less, bring your hands together. Soften the knees. And then if it feels okay, create a light little hop out into wider legs. Right back in. So you'll hop out, pull in, right? Just step the feet. If this isn't right for you, but I'm going to take 5 more of these. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now I'm going to let my toes turn out and kind of wiggle my feet, moviendo los deditos. And now stretch over one leg, over the opposite, over a leg, over the opposite. Good. Let the arms kind of come up as I go. Let's see. Va a pasar. Good. So I'm going to shift my weight now onto, this is my right knee bent. Good. And then I'm going to sweep the arm and exhale, come right back up. Sweeping the arm, lowering over the leg. Exhale, coming right back up. Good. Sweeping over and coming right back up. Excellent. Go ahead, shifting the feet a little bit if you need to. Same thing, opposite side. Sweeping over and coming up. And sweeping down and up. Just a few more rounds. And let's do this one last time. Good. So now I'm going to turn all my toes, reach out into one leg. So my toes are going to turn face forward, micro bend through the knees as you move through your center. Exhale, reach out into the limb. Good. Maybe just a few more rounds. Use an exhale to find and feel that extension. It's sort of like hopping, floating, finding that connection through one foot, engagement with gravity. Good. And from here, make this your last round. Go ahead, pause, your arms turn up. Let's take opposite hand towards an ankle, melting your head, allow it to relax. Good. Inhale, sweeping all the way back up. Exhale, taking that in the opposite direction. Good. Inhaling right back up. Exhale, I'm going to step back to the short edge of my mat. Turning back to face the computer screen. Now the arms will come up. Big sweep. Exhale, move the hands to the thigh. Good. Take another big breath. Move the hands to the shins. Check in. Another big breath. Hands float out. And from here, I'm going to walk my hands right and left and right. This is a plank. Good. So now see if you can lift one leg. Take it down and up. 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. We'll let that leg float right back down. Opposite leg lifts. 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Very nice. Legs float. Finger or toes float back down. Head comes up. Tailbone. When I said head comes up, I meant tailbone. Subiendo, subiendo. Good. And then from here, I want you to reach one leg. This is my left leg going all the way up into a little standing split. You can bend this knee, allow that hip to relax. Stretch it right back out. And from here, opposite leg, you're gonna lift, open. Melting the head, melting the knee. Exhaling, allowing that limb to travel right back down to the floor. Very nice. So now we'll walk our hands back. We'll go right, we'll go left, we'll go right. And we'll allow our weight to move into our feet as we bring ourselves all the way up. Exhale, hands to the thighs. Exhale, hands to the shins. Exhale, hands to the floor. Walk it out, left and right and left. Now from here, finding a good solid plank, rotate onto a little side plank and let the hips lift down and up for 10, 9, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, sweeping the arm right back down, lifting the hips all the way. And then exhale, coming onto the opposite side. And again, thighs moving down and up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, reaching those arms back into the floor, letting the hips lift all the way up in the air. And then we'll exhale, allow the knees to come down. And you can place your blanket right back in the center of your mat. And then see if you can find your weights on either side. So now I'm going to let my weights come into my hands and let my hips move to the floor. Head is resting. So now take just a second and you're going to squeeze, pull your tailbone towards the heels, feel the backs of the legs firm. And then you're going to exhale and lift the arms here, squeezing the shoulder blade, feeling that whole back body engaged and long. Take 5 more lifts. Center connected using each exhale. Take the weights up. Good. And now let's take your weights here to the side for a moment. You can do this with your elbows soft. And now let the weights come down and up from the floor. Take another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Now this time you're going to let your, we're going to alternate arms. You're going to reach one arm out into a Y and then the opposite arm out into a Y. So here you go, out and in, 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 out and in. We'll go 3 and in, 2 and in, 1 and in. Good. Exhale. Another big breath. This time sweeping the arms right back to that original position where we had them along your sides. And now let's let the thighs float down and up. There you go. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now one heel back towards the body and then right back out. Opposite leg out and back. So we're doing the old out and back through the thighs. Take 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. So now from here, turning your 2 legs to meet each other, bend the knees and straighten the knees. Bending and straightening. Good. So a slight external rotation of the femur bones. Good. And now from here, go ahead, leave the knees bent and the thighs lift for 10, 9, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that bend in the thighs. Lift your head. Now lifting the arms. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg in. Right leg out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 legs, 2 arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead, set the weights down. Roll onto, so this is me rolling onto my right side, but I want you to keep this weight now in your top hand. So I've got my bottom leg bent, and then I'm gonna exhale and extend. Top arm, top leg. My top arm is reaching out. You should feel this in the outside of your arm as the leg extends. There you go, 5, and exhale 4, and exhale 3, and exhale 2, and exhale 1. Very nice. Go ahead, pause, leave the weight where it is. Opposite, you're going to take your hand here to the ankle, stretch the leg behind you. Good. And then from here, let's go ahead, push that top arm down into the floor. Let's switch sides. And make sure you keep that weight handy so you can extend them together. It will come down. Good. So now this leg, top leg is externally rotated. You really want to have your arm, basically the forearm, just slightly lifted from the floor. So just working from the knee, working from the elbow. Here we go. 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Hold for just a moment and then exhale. Set the weight down. Take your hand here to the ankle and really stretch out your hip. Excellent. And let me just do, oh, it's a good time to start doing a little stretching, huh? So let's go ahead and roll just back onto your back for a moment. Good. And I want you to kind of let the soles of the feet move together and just flutter the legs down and up. Good. And you can check in with your neck here. If it feels nice, create a few little circles or at least move your head from side to side. Good. So now you're going to squeeze the legs towards one another. Take opposite hand and elbow together. And then you're going to reach your legs to the left and take your arms to the right. Let's change that up a few times. Good. And now let's see. Can you take your legs and walk them slightly wider on the mat? Let the arms come up for a second and then let one knee float in. So this should feel like a really good stretch in the front of the hip. Good. And we'll inhale, feel that wideness through the hips once again. Opposite leg floats inward. So again, stretching the psoas area. Good. And then from here, let's bring two knees off. So you'll bring your feet together off of the floor. Take your hands to the inner ankles for a moment. And then exhale, let one leg float out to the side. Give it a breath or two. And back into the center. And then we'll take the opposite leg, floating out. Finding length in the tailbone, shoulder blades. Still pulling together. Take this opposition stretch through your external rotation just a few times. Good. And then from here, go ahead and take your right ankle to your left thigh, and then we'll squeeze the arms in. And a big breath. Good. Again, allowing the body to just rock here. Meciendo lado y lado el cuerpo. Good. And then let's go ahead and switch that. So now left ankle, right thigh, hands here onto the shin. Oh. And then todavía, haciendo el cuerpo. After your next breath, go ahead, take now your right ankle back to the left thigh, and then you can extend the left shin. So this leg, maybe even the tailbone rises up a little bit. I'm gonna now, this is maybe very nuanced for you for Zoom, but So you can externally rotate that left leg, fold it a little, and I just get the best external rotator stretch right there. And a place in my hip and in my glute where I can be very chronically tight. Good. So now let's just switch legs again. So you're going to take left ankle. Good. And then perhaps letting your right leg begin to lengthen. First, begin by actively reaching the tailbone down to stretch your hamstring. And then if it's feeling nice, you can let that come up. This will stretch you slightly differently. I'm also feeling this nice thing where my shin bone is kind of pressing into my breastbone, and that is relaxing. And then you can also kind of work the external rotation of your top leg so that you get an even deeper stretch as that leg comes down onto the opposite ankle into the hip. You can exhale, slowly release out of that. Good. And then from here, just once again, find a few movements that might feel good to you. What haven't you moved lately? What haven't you crisped? What haven't you crossed? And take just a moment or two to do that. And then let's humor each other with a few big, deep breaths here on the mat. So, hands here to your abdomen. Just thinking, I think next week we'll have to try some Zoom laughing yoga. What's the sound of one person laughing on a yoga mat by themselves? All right, we'll find out. Inhale, take a big breath. And just exhale, start to let the work and the effort melt away through some exhalation. Now put some intention into letting your exhales lengthen. So just let each exhale grow. I think it's time for Zoom laughing yoga now. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm assuming you all can hear my screaming child in the other room. Oh boy. All right. Let's go ahead and see what happens. We just bring our knees over our chest. If you got a few deeper exhalations, we moved things around un poquito, I think that is suficiente for Friday. Let's go ahead, roll onto our side, then up on the sits, and then let's join together. Las palmas juntas, everybody. Your practice is a gift, un regalito, y muchas gracias. Disfruta el resto de la noche. Namaste. Namaste.